With the new year upon us, we're back and better than ever with a bunch of new presents from under our tree. What kind of presents, you ask? Games, of course. We scored No More Heroes for the Wii, Patapon on the PSP, and Dark Messiah of Might and Magic Elements on the Xbox 360. We'll also premiere a new trailer for Dark Sector and much, much more. It's time to take down the decorations and toss your tree on the curb. We're going live. It's 2008. I'm Ryan McDonald here at GameSpot. Jason Ocampo joining us. Jason Ocampo, how you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Happy holidays, all of you. Hope we had a good one. We're also joined by our good friends Justin Calvert and Ryan Davis over there. Ryan Davis, how you doing?
No happy holidays for me and Justin, though, apparently.
Oh, no.
Yes, happy 2008 to you, Ryan, to everyone watching at home. I'm trying to come up with what we're going to call 2008. How about it's either going to be 2000 great or 2000 hate. I haven't decided yet, so I guess actually the year itself is going to determine that. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's kind of bright in here.
We got all kinds of crazy stuff loaded for the show today, and already for the whole first part of this year, really. I mean, it's kind of crazy that we got CES coming up here pretty quick. That's next week. Dude, we're going to do a live show from Vegas, Monday and Tuesday.
You know, that's really cool, because you normally do a live show in Vegas, you got to be, you know,
oh yeah,
that's a big
singing,
deal.
dancing, and all kinds of show-stopping stuff.
Let's talk to someone.
You can't get with that. But today, let's go ahead and start with the here and now. Ryan Davis, you have us a new Wipeout game over there. Is that correct?
Maybe. We might.
Let's see.
We're still getting it set up over here, but we do have Wipeout Pulse in the house. We also have Patapon, which you're going to have to explain to me.
Yeah,
I don't know what that's about.
That's the best game I've played this year.
But big news, of course, is that we have No More Heroes in the house for the Wii, and we'll be saving that for the end of the show. So if you want to see what is it, Suda 51? Yeah. Is that the one? Yeah. I couldn't remember which Suda it is. Yeah. I always get so confused. We'll have that on the show, end of the show, so you'll have to come back for that. But it looks like we're actually... Okay, this is working. Ryan, fill time.
Excellent. I will fill time. So on my break, I don't know about you guys, but I watched all kinds of stuff on the internet, played all kinds of games, finally hit my level 55 of Call of Duty 4, rolled into, I did the prestige mode, I took it. Wow. So I'm going around. The only thing I'm kind of bummed about, to be honest, though, is I thought the little icons that I would see, like the cute little bug stuff, I thought that was like prestige mode, like right away. Yeah. I get the one little icon all the way through until I do 55 again, right?
You know, I can't tell you because I was on Xbox Live Withdrawal the entire time.
Really?
I went to my parents' house and they don't even have an HD TV. It's like the dark ages.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
So you know, and it feels weird coming back. I went on live last night, first time in 2 weeks, and I was like, what is this? Why are these kids screaming at me?
Did you hear, like, apparently the first time in Xbox Live history it was down for like 10 hours or something?
Yeah, that was crazy. And, you know, pretty fortuitous. I didn't have access to live.
The weird thing was, I don't know if it was just the magic 10 hours that I happened to miss, but, like, I never had an interruption, so.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, right before I left, there were, you know, little issues, and I was thinking, okay, you know what, they'll fix this, and it kind of lingered. But they, to their credit, they worked on it. And
speaking of working on stuff, Ryan Davis is all kinds of set on the standing set, and let's go ahead and take a look at Wipeout Pulse.
You have no idea how harrowing all of that was just now. Yes, we were taking that down to the wire. But Justin, we have Wipeout Pulse for the PSP.
We do.
We have a pulsing line that we're looking at on the screen. I assume this is the loading.
I'm assuming, yeah. I think
now, is this going to be coming from the same team that's been working on the Wipeout games for the past few?
I believe so, yeah. It's certainly been developed by a team that's part of Sony Computer Entertainment Europe, so I'm sure at least some of the same guys.
Keeping that European flavor.
Yeah, and this is actually already out in the UK, so apologies to everyone over there who's already playing it, but...
Apologies, nothing. They get to play Wipeout.
So far, I've only clocked up around 10 minutes on this. I got this not long before the show started.
Well, then let's hop in. Let's show people what Wipeout's doing these days. That looks like a Wipeout ship to me.
It does. Yeah, they've got the.
What's it say? Classic under there. What's that about?
Yeah, these are. I think they've got like 7 of the teams that are known kind of in the series, and you've got a lot of classic ships that you recognize. Because we're playing at the kind of Venom level, which is one of the lower levels.
Sure.
So yeah, I think there's one all-new team as well. It's going to be 12 tracks. They're all reversible, plus downloadable content, just like they did with the previous one, Pure.
They really did bring the downloadable stuff for Pure Fast
and
Furious.
They did. Yeah, they had a lot of good stuff for that. So
now, for people who don't know Wipeout as a series, this is futuristic racing with crazy ships, super fast. This is kind of like... You know, there's F-Zero is the one school of futuristic racing, and then Wipeout kind of defines the other.
Yeah, this one, I mean, it's all about, I mean, the tracks are, this is the slowest class, by the way, so if this doesn't look that fast, like, there are probably 3 or 4 classes above this.
No, the first class in Wipeout never is indicative of how fast it will ultimately get. Yeah. And it looks like we've got
about weapons and
plenty of weapons, speed up pads, and you're going upside down already or sideways.
Yeah,
I'm actually totally disoriented already.
And you've got air brakes to because some of the corners are just way too tight for you to take without slowing down.
Yeah.
But rather than just slam on your regular brake, you want to use air brakes to just kind of brake on one side or the other to force you around the corner.
Just a little way of sliding your way instead of braking hard.
Yeah.
This looks sharp.
It's really good.
We're looking at a PSP game here for folks at home if they haven't figured that out yet. And
we're playing it on a big TV and it still looks good.
We are indeed. Bigger than the stream window that people at home are watching. And, oh, you got dragged down there. Yeah, have you noticed anything different as far as weapons, power-ups? I see you've gotten... I'm recognizing a lot of symbols here.
So far I haven't actually seen anything that's new. One of the things that apparently is new that I haven't seen it yet is in the track designs. They've introduced some stuff where you get magnetically locked onto the track, and that's allowed them to put a lot more kind of upside down and like right angles in the track and stuff like that would otherwise be impossible to navigate.
Oh, you're getting beat up pretty bad here, sir.
Yeah, kind of am.
Hey, Ryan, I don't want to interrupt you guys over there, but we got some questions piling up over here, sir.
Oh, please, yeah, no, start hitting. I wasn't sure if people, if anyone other than me and Justin still give a damn about Wipeout.
I like Wipeout.
Do you like Wipeout? I feel like I've been loving Wipeout through some hard times here.
Before I get to the people's questions, and not to like interrupt you guys' PSP Wipeout demonstration, isn't there supposed to be like a PlayStation 3 Wipeout coming at some point?
There's a PSN downloadable Wipeout that will be coming to the PS3 at some point in the future. I don't know anything off the head about that, but I have to imagine that's being developed by the same people, and I have to hope that there would be some sort of interoperability.
Mission for next week's show. We're going to find out by then and tell people. But for right now,
I'm sure it's all over the site. I'm sure we have plenty of like a dozen news stories about it. And we just don't know.
Indy Grave out of Finland wants to know, does it have online multiplayer?
Yeah, it does. It has ad hoc and infrastructure.
So you can play this either way. Can we talk about some of the? Do you know much about the multiplayer modes? Is there anything kind of unique going on there?
Not that I know of. I know there are 7 different gameplay modes. Most of those are things that you've seen in previous ones. You've got like the zone mode where you keep doing laps and it gets faster and faster every lap until you die.
Sure.
It's got all that kind of stuff in it. So, but yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, this is zone mode right now. I can show that if you like.
Sure. Is this a different track that we're looking at here?
Yeah, this is the zone mode. They mess with the visuals a bit as well because I guess it's like more like a simulator. I think in one of the, I think it was Wipeout 3 or something. It was all like very flat shading and stuff.
Well, they had that stuff in some of the tracks for Wipeout Pure.
Yeah.
So Ryan, you said you had questions.
I do. Kevin Darnell out of Georgia wants to know how many ships and tracks are there, and and he was asking about online, but we
give us hard numbers.
Well, I know that there's definitely 12 tracks. There's a total of 8 teams. I'm guessing each of those teams has maybe 2 or 3 different ships. That would be my guess.
So a dozen tracks.
Yeah, a dozen reversible tracks. So.
Oh, you like stock a dozen, and then they're reversible and alternate paths, and This game is running super smooth.
I know.
By the way, I don't want to keep harping on that point, but the frame rate on this is pretty impressive.
The other feature I should mention, which I don't know if it's been on the PSP before, is something I really like in like Halo 3 and Forza 2, is it's got like a photo mode. You can pause the game at any point, or in the post-race kind of lap of honor.
Yeah.
And you can take photos and upload them for everyone to check out.
Little snapshots and stuff. Can you use that for like system wallpaper and stuff as well?
I would assume so. Yeah. It seems crazy if you can't.
Excellent. Ryan McDonald, more questions, please.
More questions before I get to that, though. I do want to say that Shannon out of Tokyo, they apparently agree with your sentiment of how good this game looks, because the question they asked is, wow, this is an awesome game. Is this on the Xbox 360?
This is not. No, this is a PlayStation portable game right here.
Let's see. We got a lot of questions here. A lot of them actually are asking about the track size and length. Are they about what we remember from the original game?
That's a good question.
Yeah, they're pretty comparable. I mean, I've only seen like 3 or 4 so far, but yeah, they're much the same as we've seen in previous.
You played a fair amount of Pure.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I'll venture to say you played the hell out of Pure.
Yeah, I did.
So yeah, does this feel? Is there anything about this that feels different from Pure? Or does it feel like they're just kind of they found something that they're comfortable with Pure, and they're just kind of keep going from there?
Yeah, so far I gotta say it doesn't feel that different to me.
Which is not inherently a bad thing, because Pure was awesome.
Definitely not. But yeah, I think over the coming week I'll be spending a lot more time with this, and then we'll get a preview and ultimately review up, and we'll let you know what the differences actually are.
Absolutely. Ryan McDonald, why don't you give me one last question?
All right, I'm looking for a good one here. I guess this, I think he kind of said it at the top, so I won't ask that one. Okay, I'll go with this one. This is a good wrap-up question. When is this coming out in America, Justin?
Oh, you know what? I meant to look. I think it's like early February. I know it's not too far off. I'm pretty sure it's February. Yeah, Ryan's nodding his head. That's good enough for me.
So sure. We'll say it comes out February 12th. How does that sound for a number?
Perfect.
Fantastic. So the game is Wipeout Pulse for the PlayStation Portable. We're gonna have a.
I want one more. I'm sorry.
You want to do one? No, it's too late.
Oh, no way. This one's all the way from Italy, though.
All right. What do the Italians want to know about Wipeout?
Umortal wants to know, what about the soundtrack? Wipeout is known for having top-notch tracks.
Okay, that's a good question. Much better.
Yeah,
good job,
I don't know that it's licensed, but everything I've heard is definitely in the same vein as, they're all techno, dancey stuff.
Real trancey kind of stuff in there.
Yeah, it's exactly what you want from Wipeout.
Fantastic. So the game Wipeout Pure, not Wipeout Pure, it's Wipeout Pulse. Yeah. It's Wipeout Fusion. No. We were doing that earlier before the show. I couldn't remember what the subtitle was, but Wipeout Pulse is the name of the game, coming to the PlayStation Portable February 12th. We're going to have a preview up on the site soon, Justin.
Yeah. Why not?
Soon. All right, that's what she's going to commit to. Justin, thanks for coming by. I'm going to see you again later on in the show for some Patapon. You can explain what the hell that's about. But up next, we got Ryan McDonald and Jason Ocampo playing some something.
Thank you, guys.
What's up?
Appreciate it. Yeah. Jason Ocampo.
Yes, Ryan.
Our turn to shine,
again,
sir.
Yes.
And you have brought some goodies with you. Now, you've brought some goodies of the Dark Messiah type.
Yeah, Dark Messiah of Might and Magic Elements,
yes, sir.
Which, there was a PC game about a year ago, and you would think this is just the standard port of the PC game, and we, got code of it, and I'm playing it, and I'm like, what is this game? It's like completely rebuilt, it feels like. And I was, doing some research, and they say it's like 4 new levels, and if so, they've completely revamped the entire game. But let's get into it. This
Excellent.
is first-person kind of fantasy, sword and sorcery kind of thing.
So you're saying, like, if I was a fan of Oblivion, say, would I be?
Something, but it's not an RPG. It's an action game. So, just cut out that little wooden block or wooden leg and collapse that on that guy. And let's just start looking. Oh, here we go. Sword fighting. So it's a lot more action intensive than Oblivion. I can kick a guy right there, do a block. And then I've got just a bunch of moves. There's a power swing there, or do that, or I can leap and hopefully try to get a good leap on him. Yeah, two-handed down, and unfortunately that left me wide open to get hit by him. There's just a ton of moves. There's 4 classes in this game, basically, in the Xbox 360 version. I'm playing the Warrior, which is the one I think most people would stick around with. It's very cool. There's something really satisfying about just hacking someone apart.
Laying into them, yeah.
Yeah, and just kicking them and do this, and if I can get him on the ground, I can do a cool finishing move. Or there, let's see if I can run up to him fast, and boom, right there, right in the heart, and he's down. So I pick this up. There's a few other classes though. There's an archer, so you can run around with bows and arrows. There's kind of a magician, so you do a lot of magic. I'm supposed to open this. Oh, here we go. This is going to be trouble, because here's an archer and a swordsman, so I'm going to get double timed here. And I want to try to get the archer first, because he can hurt me from a distance, but how the swordsman's kind of keeping me away from him, so, oops, I shouldn't just kick the air. I'm going to kick in. I've built up a lot of adrenaline here, so I am just going to use that to, oops.
Slows everything down a little bit?
Slows everything down, and boom, he's down, and he's dead. And this archer is going to suffer. Oops, and of course I missed. It went out. Here we are. So you play a guy named Saren, depending on, you're kind of this apprentice to this wizard. You're in this thing to get a crystal for him, because, it's magic. And there's, for some reason there's a lot of guards and, zombies and even worse things in this. Right there. I just always love that finishing move. Now,
it already looks really good, but this is actually a preview build that you're playing, is that correct?
Well, this is a preview build, but the game's shipping next week.
So it's pretty much done,
Yeah, pretty much done. This will be, like I said, this is all new. I played the PC game, and I was playing this, and I was like, whoa, I don't remember anything like this. It's really cool, like the changes they made, if you've played the PC version. If you haven't played it at all, this is a really interesting approach to the first-person genre, because you're not shooting anything anymore. This is just very visceral, very action-oriented. Get in here. Oh, and here, when I was saying something worse.
Yeah,
here comes worse. giant spider. Yes, this is the end of the opening prologue level. So this is the boss, and this is going to be fun. So here we go. Gotta block, and I hate bugs. Oh yeah, spiders are the worst, and you can't.
Well, Jason.
Yes.
If we could break your concentration by throwing questions at you.
Go ahead, sure, because I don't need to focus right now.
You're right, Davis.
I've got a question here from Arturi Isaacson from Turku, Finland, and he wants to know. It's actually a two-part question. Part one is there any time traveling? And part two, can you kill bats in it?
Time traveling, so it's like Assassin's Creed-like time traveling, maybe?
No, that wasn't really time traveling, though.
It was sort of like time traveling.
I'm sorry, spoilers here.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so don't talk about time traveling if the time traveling is a spoiler.
I haven't seen any time traveling.
Same goes for bat killing.
Okay, I haven't seen any. Oops, and I haven't seen any time traveling to date. That's not to say it's not in here. If it is, I haven't played through the entire 360. They might throw us a curve. But and I haven't seen any bats, but it's a giant spider, so maybe bats aren't too far off.
That is an excellent question.
Yeah.
I've got another question here from Ryan Geary in Goose Creek, South Carolina. He wants to know how this compares graphically to the PC version.
This is running the Source engine, so that's the same one that runs Half-Life, the Orange Box, Team Fortress, every Portal. It looks pretty much comparable to the the PC version. There's a lot of differences though, so it's kind of hard to gauge what exactly how much different it looks. But I would say it looks very close to the PC version that came out about a year ago.
So still good looking.
It's still good looking. And look at the spider. It's got glistening skin, and it's just going to give me nightmares tonight. I mean, look at that thing.
And some blur effect around
I swear to God, I'm about to die right here because my wizard can't heal me when I'm fighting the spider. That's not a good thing. Yeah.
I think it's
so let me try to get in here. Let's just.
I'm just gonna keep throwing questions at you.
Yeah, keep throwing questions. I'm trying to kick the spider. Not a good idea. Oh, low life. You know what? There are health potions. That's right. Potions. Come on.
Well, let's talk about the magic. Kevin Darnell in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia, wants to know what types of magics there are.
Well, I'm playing the warrior, so I don't have as much magic as, say, a lot of the classes. But I saw dark vision that lets you see in the dark a lot better. If it's anything like a PC game, you'll have fire effects and stuff like that. I like playing the warrior though. It's very, very sort of melee combat, melee oriented. So. But there is plenty of magic in this game if you play it that way. As you play through the game, you get experience and you get new levels, and they give you new skills. And a lot of the combat's based kind of like on moves, like how you hold the button down and what directions, and kind of like holding down combos to execute some of these moves. But then there are other ways you can kick in powers.
Is it mostly just button tapping, or is there some kind of?
There's a lot. You're using every controller there is here. Like this will be for block. Left is for block or kick. Right is for swinging. You're using whichever you're holding down the left joystick kind of controls the swing. So if you're move it to the top and you jump and you're doing a downward stroke.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not just a standard hack and slash. There's a lot of different combat moves, and you see you can kick guys. You can kick them off ledges, or you can kick them into spikes. There's a lot, and right now I'm just going through a little over here, but there's a lot of different ways to kill guys in this game. So far, I've seen battle soldiers, archers, zombies. Always good with the zombies are kind of tough. Here we are. This is kind of like in the first level. You're in the city of Stonehelm, and it's under siege. And if you play the PC game, this is not anything what it looked like. It was all at night, and you're just all by yourself. So here you are. The soldiers are battling all these monsters. There's a troll or whatever, something outside throwing rocks.
You're gonna help that dude?
At the walls. They didn't give me a sword, so I'm just gonna be like, oh, and he's dead. But wait a minute, he's not dead. He's still got his sword though.
He's got messed up.
But he's gonna get screamed. I'm gonna go help his friend. Like they're gonna see. This is kind of one of these cool little action sequences. So in a second, it's gonna trigger it. I'm gonna have to go man the catapult to kill the giant thing down here, and I'm gonna do some jumping. Here we go.
Is that something that's gonna happen quickly? Because we still got a whole lot of show.
We got some. No, go ahead. And, other questions. Well, these
no, we're gonna end it.
I need a sword. Oh God!
Oh, you're gonna get eaten alive by the trolls.
This is where we're gonna cut away.
Cut away, because I don't know what happened. I don't have my sword.
All right. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah.
So that's Dark Messiah of Might and Magic Elements.
Yes.
That's next week, and check it out. That looks pretty good, man.
Thank you.
Hey, not before we move on, because we got a bunch of stuff going on. Remember Kingsfield? Am I the only one who played Kingsfield? Remember the old PlayStation game? It was like one of the first ones. Kingsfield Ride?
I never played Kingsfield.
Really?
For a reason.
Yeah, there was plenty of reasons not to play.
I was going to say die by the sword if you wanted early sword combat.
But it was like walk around kind of, adventuring first person. Anyways, enough about that. We do have a new trailer coming up here right now, and this is for one of the first next generation games that was announced. Of course, we're still waiting for it, and it is of course Dark Sector. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Do it.
I've been infected. The shot you gave me, it's not working.
I'm putting the hazmat team together right now. I want you to carry on. Rendezvous with our sleeper agent, Yargo Menzing.
Lower your weapons, Omishka.
He'll have more boosters for the infection. Use them. It'll hold it off until we can get you out of there. This weapon, it changes everything. And it's my duty to make sure we control it.
I just want to get this over with.
Cliffhanger! That was Dark Sector. You can look for that trailer on the site after the show. But right now, Justin Calvert, we're going to play some Patapon. For the PSP. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the what is this?
This is so it's a rhythm game. It's also kind of a strategy game. I don't know. This game does a bit of everything.
All right, and now this is from the people who did Loco Roco, right?
You know what? I don't know for sure that it is. It definitely has the same visual style, but I think the art from this comes from some guy in France.
Okay. Well, let's.
So I'm not sure. So I've lined up my army here.
Okay.
And this particular mission that I'm about to go on is these are the Patapons, who are my followers.
Okay.
I am Justin the Almighty.
Fantastic.
And the Zigaton army is invading. So here's my army, and I give them orders.
Oh, they're squares!
I give them orders using sequences of 4 buttons. So circle, square, circle, circle, square, circle is attack.
Okay. How do you learn these combos?
They just teach them to you at the start.
Okay.
There's only about 6 different ones, and so far I think I've learned 4. So right now it's all about attacking. But you have like a defensive move, you have an advanced move, you have the power to summon rain and that kind of thing. Okay, let's bring my guys up.
Now, how does the rhythm figure into this? I see you you're hitting the buttons in time here with the.
Yeah, if I can get some combos going. Once the combo gets to 10, then I'll activate a kind of, I forgot what they call it, but all my guys go into like a kind of powered up state where they're much stronger and stuff. So
now, but if you hit your buttons not in time, can you still do like successful commands? Or?
Yeah, but you just won't get the combo going, and you need the combo. Some units, oh damn, I'm not getting these combos.
Oh God, what is that?
Okay, so these guys I need to defend against with my.
They're on horses.
Thing. Yeah.
Okay, so you have to.
I don't have any of those yet. But...
So you do get different types of units and.
Yeah, I think you can only take 3 into battle at any one time, but there are at least 4 or 5 different unit types.
Stephen Sean, by the way, out of Edmonton says it's from Loco Roco.
Okay.
Oh,
so apparently it's official.
Good to know. Ryan, if you have any other, you've got the fever.
Oh, and I lost it straight away.
Well, I've still got the fever. I've got the fear for questions from the folks at home. Ryan McDonald, if you've got anything,
Newcastle, Australia wants to know, what the hell is this?
This looks to be some sort of combination of God game and I don't know.
Something. Easily wants to know, what was that that throwing weapon? It looks like spears to me.
Yeah, they've got spears, and I've got bowmen, and then I've got some melee guys up front.
Does this ever become like Modern Warfare, or are they ever Patapons rolling around in tanks?
I don't think so.
Show them the worm, dude.
You get some huge bosses, and
show them the worm.
I mean, this guy's actually kind of big.
Ryan's demanding that you show him the worm. I don't know what that means. That sounds vaguely dirty.
You want to see the worm, Ryan?
Yes.
It's a family show.
I want to see the big worm.
I showed you the worm earlier at my desk, right? Oh. Okay, I'll.
Was it appropriate then?
Sorry.
Okay, well.
Oh, you failed that mission, but we're gonna.
Well, I quit out. I was probably gonna fail it, but yeah. We'll,
While you guys load up the worm,
yeah.
Sheen out of the Philippines wants to know, how do the controls work for this game?
So it's all basically the 4 face buttons do all of the rhythm stuff. Each button is a different drum, and combinations of different kind of button presses issue different orders to your guys. And then you just use left and right on the D-pad. You can scroll the camera around a little bit. And back at home base, there are mini games you can do to unlock new weapons. This tree here you can use to res units that you've lost. And this is where we go to the level select. And actually, let's see what this one is. This might not be the worm, but it's like a big dragon or something.
All right,
like
dragons
that.
are cool. Bobby Pratcher out of Independence, Kentucky wants to know, the music is great also, and actually this is a lot of people asking this question, any multiplayer?
There isn't any multiplayer.
No multiplayer.
I know, I was kind of bummed actually. That would have been awesome.
So I saw there when you were equipping your army that you have the option to just kind of auto-equip with the best stuff that you have.
Yeah, you could. But some of the equipment is shared between all the unit types, so you might want to do some of it manually.
Like you've got these 2 cats in the front. You've got one of them's wearing like the bunny ears. One of them's got a frog hat on. Is that significant to their abilities, or? Yeah,
those are. I created those using rare materials that I collected on other missions, and they. So like the orange one, I think, moves faster, and the green one is more powerful for attacking. Here we go. We've got a dragon coming up.
Oh Jesus! Now, does the war march that you're playing along to, does that ever change, or is it always kind of this?
It's pretty much always the same.
This rhythm here. Oh, you guys, they're in crazy. They've got the bloodlust in them.
Another question that keeps on coming through. We'll give this one to Adia Navel out of St. Paul. Is this game fun?
I really like it.
I find it totally fascinating to watch, but it's a good question.
I really like it, and it's surprisingly deep. Like not only with the kind of unit customization, but some of the boss battles are actually really tough. You need to know when. I mean, like any boss, you know, they have kind of patterns that they follow, and you need to figure out when to defend, when to attack, when to advance.
Do you ever feel like you're struggling against the control? Like, you ever get the sense that like you wish that you could just move your dudes?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, you just have to be patient with it. Because, I mean, yeah, the whole thing with it is it's rhythm-based.
So you do have to kind of anticipate what your opponent is going to do.
Very much so.
Get your guys moving in the right direction. Ryan McDonald, why don't you give me one more question?
Yeah, totally. Let's go ahead and give this one to... Here's another one that's been another question I've seen a lot of. John Loud of Grimsby, he wants to know, is there any storyline involved?
There kind of is. This tribe, I think, was once great, and then it kind of lost its way, and the whole thing is that they're basically helpless unless they have someone leading them with these drums. And so the story is basically that you show up and I guess the drums get found or something, and so you then lead them to their former glory, and there's some evil tribe that they're up against.
But your ultimate goal is to find it, you said, right?
Yeah, the story. They need to find it, which is spelt in caps.
So they're looking for it?
Looking for IT or looking for it.
For information technology.
We need IT!
Can never find IT when you need it, right?
God, isn't that the truth? So there's mystery, there's intrigue.
It's got it all.
Political drama, there's strategy, there's love. Patapon's got it all, folks. Justin, thanks for coming and giving us. I'm sure we could keep watching this for hours, but we're not going to do that. It's coming out February 28th.
Something like that, yeah.
Late February. We're gonna have a preview on the site.
Early next week.
Early next week. So early next week, look for more on Patapon on GameSpot. Up next, Ryan McDonald, you wanted to show off something a little bit different.
I do. I kind of do. Yeah, it was like, and by the way, like the reactions are so mixed. By the way, either people love that music or they hate it. It's like there's no middle ground on it. One of the things I saw as I started talking about at the top of the show, looked at the internet a whole lot over the break. Lots of cool stuff out there in the world. One of the things I did come across that is awesome. There's a gentleman by the name of Johnny Lee who put this little Wiimote video that you might see actually on the YouTube. And Johnny Lee basically made this really cool thing. This guy's smart. We actually have a little bit of the video from YouTube, hopefully we can show, of Johnny who basically takes the Wiimote, spins it around, puts it toward his TV like the sensor bar, and then he has these little LED lights on this cool set of glasses he has. Now why this is kind of cool and exciting is like super existing technology. Like basically any game maker out there that watches this can probably make the software, and then all they need is somebody like, I don't know, like Mad Catz or somebody to release like cool little lights and eyeglasses. But we should take a look at the video so you can see what I'm talking about so you don't think I'm crazy. So if those guys can show that. But I think are they showing that? Are they going to show that? Maybe? All right, they're going to show it right now.
I'm going to show you what it looks like without head tracking, which is what displays normally look like. You can see that although it's a picture of a 3D room, the image looks very two-dimensional and bound to the surface of the TV. Now with head tracking turned on, the TV actually looks like the entrance to a real room. Just like in real life, by moving our head around, we can look behind objects. And if you look really closely, some targets actually appear to be floating out in front of the screen, reaching into the real world. If we get closer to the screen, we get closer to the objects, and we can even get behind the ones floating in front of the screen.
Totally crazy. In a second, he shows this.
The screen,
totally. Well, yeah, you know, but
as I pull the camera back, keep an eye on the frontmost target. Head tracking provides the illusion that the target is actually floating directly above the laptop screen, far in front of the TV.
And the crazy thing is, guys got the software on the website. We actually tried to download it and do it ourselves here.
Now, using this picture of a football stadium, if you move right, you can see more of the field. If you move left, you can see more of the stands. And if you get closer to the screen, you see more of everything, just like a real window.
Yeah, totally. I'll tell you the rest of it. He comes on here in a sec, though, if you guys want to keep rolling the video.
If I use my IR glasses and keep the
right? Then watch, he actually moves, so you can use two Wiimotes, right? Basically, it'd be like using two Wiimotes. So you could do the whole crazy thing. Remember they showed you in the video, Metroid, remember the Metroid video they showed early on for the Wii?
Oh,
they showed the dude like jumping over his couch and stuff like that?
Sure.
You can do that. The glasses now. Well, you know, supposedly somebody actually. But yes, so there's my Wiimote thing. It would have been a little more exciting if I could have honestly showed it to you, but I figured it's really cool. That guy, super smart dude. He's got some other stuff on his website where he shows you how he does like crazy Minority Report streams, like finger moving stuff around on the screen. But yeah, so there's some information for you, Rod Davis.
That was awesome. Thanks for sharing that with us, Ryan McDonald. And I'm now joined by Brian Ekberg.
Yeah.
Towering Brian Ekberg come to show us cutting off the screen there in a bad way.
Go like this.
That's better.
How you doing, everyone?
Come down here to Short Man's Town. No More Heroes. It's the new masterpiece from Suda51, someone who you might know from as the creator of Killer 7.
Killer 7, that's
another
right.
extremely, extremely weird game.
Yes.
And it would appear that No More Heroes is also very weird.
Very weird. There's a lot to talk about with this game, but one thing that you can get through real quick is the setup.
Okay, what's the setup?
This guy likes to kill people.
Sure.
That's it.
Great.
He wants to become the #1 assassin in the world.
Fantastic.
And his name is, I think his name is Travis Touchdown, which is an awesome name. So
is that actually
I think that's what his name is.
Good.
Yeah. I know.
Start checking into hotels under that name.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea here is that the hero of our game, Travis Touchdown, is wants to become. He's got an energy sword.
Yes.
That he may or may not have bought off eBay. I heard someone tell me that that's how he got it, but I don't have confirmation in the game.
Okay.
So I'm going to skip.
You've heard outside of the game.
Yes, I've heard that that's how he got it, but that may be revealed later on.
I'm
going to skip the tutorial just so we can get right into it.
Yeah, let's jump into the action.
But basically the idea is that Travis has got an energy sword that you can swing it on these fools just by pressing the A button on the Wii remote, and then they explode into blood and coins. which is awesome.
Blood and like
Blood
together?
And, yes.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about these crazy gestures that we're getting on screen.
Right, so the basic swing is just pressing the A button, which is really nice. So you're not going to be swinging the Wii Remote all day long, which is a really good choice.
Yeah.
But there are things that you can do. I'm going to be right here for a second so I can just show you a few subtleties. You notice he can hold his weapon up high or low. That's good, just by moving your arm up or down.
And I see that it's on the right-hand side on the HUD.
Exactly.
We're seeing that register.
That's going to determine what kind of attacks you can do and also who you can attack. If a guy is guarding high, you can attack low.
Before we go any further, what the hell is with that cat?
Oh, that cat is just, sometimes that cat will show you if you're getting close to a save point, I think, or a goal.
Oh, okay.
You'll see a goal marker, and the tiger will be creeping towards it.
Oh, it's a tiger. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
I think it's kind of just to let you know how you're doing in the game.
Good to know.
So one other thing I want to point out is that you'll see a meter on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
That's how much energy your energy sword has. And as you block, as you use it, as you swipe guys and stuff, that energy level will go down. But you can recharge it by pressing the 1 button and then just shaking it back and forth real quick, and it recharges, and it makes a cute little sound on your Wii Remote.
It does, actually. I just caught that.
So,
a lot of really good kind of 8-bit touches here to the presentation.
Yeah, a lot. And there's actually one scene where your girlfriend calls you, or the heroine or whomever calls you on your cell phone, and the entire conversation is played out through the Wii Remote.
Oh, so it actually
it sounds like a phone. Right. So you saw that one attack that I did, the arrow's pointing down. If I move down with the Wii Remote, I cut the dude in half. There's also a lock-on target that I'm using with the Z buttons, kind of like Zelda.
Sure. So there's basically a little finishing move that it's giving you a gesture that you need to do before these guys turn into a mist of blood.
Exactly, and you'll notice you have got a heart up there in the upper left-hand corner. That's my life meter, and lots of pickups. These fools will come to me and they'll beat me up. But I know how to breakdance, so it's all good.
That helps.
Yeah.
In a regular battle, knowing how to breakdance.
Exactly. So
also a breakdance battle.
There's one.
Took off that guy's head. I think he was very nonchalant about it.
Yeah. No, it's just like the guy's heads just pop off. So, and then we were trapped in that room. Now that we've killed everybody in it, this is a very straightforward linear game, just like Killer 7.
Sure.
But they have little pickups here. So if we swing it at this box, we might get a health pickup.
I don't know if I'd call Killer 7 straightforward, but...
Well, right, but straightforward in the sense that it moved linearly.
Sure,
right?
sure. You're not doing a lot of back and forth.
Yeah. So the camera in this game, I will admit, is a little bit weird, but I need to charge up my sword, as you can see on the right-hand side. So this is actually kind of troubling if it goes on long enough. See?
Yeah.
If you see that from behind, it looks real different. So
just depending on how the character's standing.
Yeah, and where the camera is. So yeah, another pickup here, and you always have to be mindful of, because it isn't long before you're going up against a lot of different guys. You have to be really mindful of your battery life on your energy sword. Got a little trading card there, so there's like a collectible aspect to certain parts of this game. Even though I don't like the camera in this game, you can get behind your character simply by pressing the C button really quick. I'll show you a charged attack if this guy comes near me. Yeah, that's
takes
just
off his head.
Yeah, and you kill two guys at once.
That guy in half.
Yeah, and really
non-copyright infringing lightsaber sound when you did so.
Exactly, and so I'm really low on power, so it's kind of, see how when it's behind him it looks real different.
I don't really see what you're talking about.
It's subtle.
I'm missing it.
I'll do it again. I'll
do it again because
It's subtle, and so he's
blocking
me.
This guy's actually a good swordsman.
Right. So you can stun him. What I did there is I used the B button and I stunned him, and then when they're stunned, they're absolutely defenseless, and you can really whip their ass.
What's up with the little slot machine rollers coming up at the bottom? Any idea what's going on with that?
Yes, that's as far as I know, it's a random roll, and if you get the attack, you go to sort of like a bullet time, and you can just you move a lot quicker than your enemies.
Okay.
It's basically like they're standing still, and you can just go around them no problem. So it's as you go through the game, and I've only gotten through the first level. And the first boss battle, I had a lot of trouble with it, but it was really fun. There's the special attack. So now I'm in bullet time, jackpot.
Stop.
Well, go down.
There you go.
Yeah. So
still,
it doesn't last forever, but it's very effective when it does. So.
And your tiger came out onto the middle of the screen and acted all tough while you were in that mode. So
yeah. So So there's a lot. Things can get really hairy, really pretty quick in this game.
But the combat looks very simple at the same time. It doesn't look particularly complicated.
It's not hard. In fact, I'd like to show. You can actually do wrestling moves. Maybe I can put a wrestling move on this guy. You can actually do throws. So, okay, move both of them up at the same time. Well, I didn't do it quick enough, but you can do like suplexes. And as you go, he remembers old wrestling moves that he used to know. So you can, I guess you can just get new wrestling moves as you go.
So just like the more wrestling moves you do, the more he does, or
no, it's more like yeah, exactly. So there's a lot to the combat here. Wish I could get.
I like how I like how purposely cheap the coins look.
Yeah, no, yeah. If only people did explode in coins when you killed them.
That would make all of our lives so much easier. Ryan McDonald, yes, I'm sure there are some very puzzled viewers at home.
There's so many questions to this.
Give me 3. 4. No, 3.
Okay, 3 is the sword the only thing you use in the game? Can you get other weapons? Can you upgrade that? What's the deal?
Well, I'll go to the menu here. If you can see in the, I don't know if folks at home can see this, but there's in the bottom right, you have the equipment, and it's known, I guess this weapon is known as the Bloodberry. That kind of suggests to me that maybe there is better weapons you can get with different names or something like that, or maybe you can upgrade your weapon. I don't know. You start off only with this, with this sword. And you really do need to pay real close attention to the energy level of your sword, because if you don't, you're useless and you can't attack anyone. And when it has no charge, you're basically useless as an assassin. So I've got to go back downstairs now.
All right. And while you're going downstairs, Ron McDonald, more questions, please.
Our audience is bringing the good questions this year. Cool. Summer Cabruco out of Miami, Florida wants to know, do you feel the combat is button mashing, or does the game do enough to keep you from mashing the A button?
There is button mashing, and this moves really quick, but there is an element of strategy to this in the sense that, like I mentioned earlier with the upper and lower the stance for, with the sword, if a guy is blocking high, you've got to attack low. And so you kind of do have to pay attention to what the guys are doing, what these peons are doing, but these guys are, these guys are pretty easy to take down. It's the bosses. Like I said, I've done one boss fight, and he took a while because he was tough. He had, just like any boss, he had patterns, but it still, it took a while to figure him out. And, okay, so here's that,
Cherry time.
Yeah, cherry time mode.
Nice.
So yeah, there is some strategy, but for the most part, it's just get through it as fast as you can and slash away.
Oh, here we are.
There's a few people wanting to know exactly what it is you're doing. Can we get the picture-in-picture back so we can see Brian what he's doing with his hands? Stephen Lewis wants to see you actually swing your hands and arms.
All right. So that's actually one of the smart aspects of the design of this game, is that you aren't always swinging the Wii remote, because you'd frankly just get exhausted doing that too much.
Absolutely.
So your basic swings, your basic hand movements, unfortunately I don't have any enemies to attack right now, but your basic movements are your basic swing of the sword is just the A button, which is really cool.
All right, so hit down.
And then I just went down with my hand there for the special attack, and then like I said, the Z button is the lock on, and one nice thing, there's 2 levels of difficulty in this game: sweet and mild. And we're in mild, I believe.
But which is harder?
I believe sweet is harder.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know.
Is it a hard game, or is it?
Oh, here we go.
Here's a suplex. Boom.
Bam.
Yeah, and you can actually get guys on the ground, stab them in the chest like that.
Stab in the chest with your
I think you might get a little bit more money with that.
Excellent.
But so I forgot what I was saying. But yes.
Yes to your question.
To your question. This game is crazy. Yes.
Fantastic.
Obviously, if this is anything like Killer 7 as far as the way the game plays out, I'm sure that it will get only stranger from here.
Yeah.
This is at the very beginning. So
I'm heading towards a boss that is basically a. He's sitting out in front of this beautiful ocean scenery, and when he fights you, it's a typical showdown thing where you talk for a while. The funny thing about the boss fight is that as you're fighting him and as you're running around doing these incredible blocks and parries with your sword automatically, you're narrating, the character's narrating the entire time. He's like, yeah, I'm going to sit on the beach, and I'm going to take all your women, I'm going to do all this crazy stuff with all the, you're going to be a dead man.
So we're going to call Travis a little bit of an anti-hero then.
Yeah, I would say so. He's got a, he's he's a man on his own.
Excellent. Well, I'm sure he'll get all of his coins and blood that he needs.
Yeah, and I don't know what you do with all this money. You're earning a ton of money here, but I don't know. Maybe it's you. There are side jobs in this game too, but I don't know what that's about. I just saw it in the menu.
Bar.
Jackpot. So yeah, a lot going on to this game. I've only seen.
We just got this today, right?
Yeah, this just came in today. I believe we have a preview on it. Wow, that's
graphic.
That's something going on there. Yeah, but we just got this today. A lot more to play. I believe there's 10 or 12 assassins that you need to beat to become the top assassin in the world, which is of course the goal of the game. And yeah, a lot going on.
Sounds like you're kind of having fun with it, though, huh?
It's a lot of fun. I didn't know what to expect from this game because I'd seen it when Suda had initially announced it back at GDC last year, and he has a reputation as being eccentric to say the least. And but yeah.
Hey, you know, the game that keeps coming to mind while I'm watching you play this is God Hand.
Right.
Although I'd say this is definitely not as much of a challenge as God Hand, but it seems to have a similar bent perspective.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's definitely a Suda game, that's for sure.
Excellent. And this is coming out in the U.S. at February 8th?
Yes, sure.
Excellent. I love them throwing out all the numbers today.
You know
Brian,
all of these release dates like
good.
the back of your hand. It's amazing.
Brian Eckberg, thanks for coming by and giving us a look at No More Heroes. You say we've got a preview up, or we're going to have a preview up?
If it's not already up, it'll be up soon.
Excellent. Thanks again.
No problem.
Ryan McDonald, let's.
Yes, sir.
You want to wrap it up? You want to take it home?
Yeah, totally. But I want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff we're doing next week. You know, we got CES.
Okay.
We got CES coming. For those of you that don't know what CES is, I can't imagine anybody doesn't, but at this point it's called the Consumer Electronics Show. It takes place every year in Vegas, and they show all the cool stuff. TVs, game-related stuff. I hear rumors that some big game names will be there. There's rumors that Microsoft's going to show some stuff off at the press conference, Sony, etc., etc. They always tell me when I'm going to say this stuff, they're going to have cool like flash footage of CES's past while I'm talking about this, but then they never do it.
They do.
Really?
Roll the clip.
Roll the clip. But so
they
CES.
said they had a clip.
All right. CES
There's
next
a
week.
clip.
Oh, look at that. There's some CES. That's CES last year?
This looks like last year.
Yeah, it was last year. They got cool controllers, crazy.
So this is the
racing.
stuff that you can expect to see at CES.
Yes.
It's a lot of inkjet refills and
there's a lot-
photocopiers, but there's also
there is.
games and stuff.
There is some games.
Do you feel
and
like
stuff.
games are coming back for CES? Like there was like the last. It's been on a downhill slide, it seemed, for a long time.
Yeah.
But do you, like from you've gone the last few, do you feel like they're ramping it back up?
I think honestly, it was about 2 years ago that it started building excitement up again because of systems and everything, and then like a year ago, yeah. I don't know what to expect this year. I mean, the consoles are out there, they're established. I think we'll hear all about the peripheral stuff. Like, will Sony talk about a phone that interacts with the PS3 somehow? You know, that's the stuff that I expect to see this time. I do expect to see some of the big name games being shown up again. You know, so, but yeah, either way, Monday, 4 o'clock, we're going to be coming to you live from Vegas. It'll be me. We're bringing Tim Surratt out of retirement.
Yes, pulling him
Surratt.
out of his, where's he over at? MP3.com?
TV, yeah, TV.com. Doing news over there for those guys. So
bringing him back home.
Bringing him back.
Tim
We're getting him down there. He's gonna be coming down with us to CES. So yeah, it's Monday, 4 o'clock, and then Tuesday we're gonna follow up with a second show at 5 o'clock. So you should check that out.
So
and,
we've got 2 CES shows next week.
Monday,
plus
Tuesday.
Plus
on the
regularly
spot.
scheduled on the spot on Thursday.
We're going crazy. We're starting off 2008 big time, baby.
Fantastic.
Speaking of big time, community video stuff. You know we got a community department, Brian Davis? Like all kinds of people that are looking at forums and making sure everybody's cool and all that stuff?
All too aware.
Yes. This reason why I'm bringing this up, of course, is that sometimes they make really cool videos and upload them to the site. So this is actually a part of a video that was done and is really good called Why We GameSpot. I suggest anybody that hasn't seen it already looking at our user videos and checking that one out. It's really, really good.
This is being linked to on the front page of GameSpot right now, is it not?
It was. Is it still?
I believe it
Then that
could
makes
still be. Otherwise, it's not hard to find.
No, and you should definitely look it up because there's some good stuff.
Oh, look at that old ass GameSpot.
And the other thing, of course, if you are somebody out there who wants to contribute to what we're doing here at GameSpot, feel free to be on, or I should say, be on the lookout in the forums and other places. You're going to hear a word from our community folks putting the shouts out. You guys want to show off your gaming setups? Forget those pictures and those no 56K or forum posts. You can just have a video sent to us and we can put them together and do something cool with it, or any number of awesome things. But that's about it. I guess. You know those other people? They do game night. You guys ever play on game night?
You know, I've missed the last few games. I always mean to go on and play the game night, but
The last one I did was right before break, and it was for Call of Duty 4. It was awesome. There's all kinds of people in there shooting it up. The only thing that was kind of a bummer for Call of Duty 4, of course, was that they did it like a private match, so you didn't get no experience points for it, which is kind of a bummer. But aside from that,
you want to get your juice, huh?
That is correct. So CES next week, Monday, 4 o'clock, Tuesday, 5 o'clock, of course, you got the hotspot, you got on the spot, you got all kinds of good stuff. But that's enough for me. Ryan, anything before we go?
No, you've covered it. Be sure to check out the site for all the cool games that we've shown you on the show today. You find coverage on all that junk.
Excellent. So be sure to join us again next week. And until then, I guess that's about it. Anybody, Brian Eckberg, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. What was that? Oh, okay. Brian Eckberg, thanks again.
Brian Eckberg, Justin Calvert for giving us all sorts of awesome PSP love. Patapon looks crazy, and Wipeout Pulse looks like more Wipeout. So I say thumbs up to that.
Right on. All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching us. Tune in again next week. You'll have 3 different opportunities. And,
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. All the live GameSpot you could possibly handle.
And but yeah, until then, take it easy and we'll see you. Have a good weekend.